So hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mels Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now in this video we have a lot of different trophies to take a look at that I have managed to harvest recently. We've got some from Revontuli Coast and some from Sundar Patan, so let's get right into it. Starting off here on Revontuli Coast with a level 5 diamond greylag goose. Now, I had only ever had 2 diamond greylag goose before this, so I was super happy that this guy actually made diamond at 3.92. The trophy greylag geese are really hard to actually get, whether it's diamonds or rares, so every time I see a max level for these guys, it's really exciting. And this guy over on Sundar Patan was no exception. And when I found this level 5 greylag, I actually spotted him flying over and went to go and get decoys, and as I went to go and get decoys, a hacker joined the session, was teleporting all the animals to himself and shooting them, so I ended up leaving the session before I got this goose. A little while later, ended up back in the same session, and I thought, you know what, I'll go and see if that goose is still there. And thankfully, he hadn't been shot. And put down the decoys, and he ended up being almost max score at 3.99. So that was awesome, and I'm so glad that hacker did not end up getting that diamond greylag goose. Now, moving over to Emerald Coast for a clip here. And this is the only Emerald Coast clip that's going to be in this video, which, you know, like I said, this video is mainly like Revontuli and Sundar Patan. But, sticking with the theme of geese, I actually ended up getting this incredible Leucistic Magpie Goose. Now, I had never had a Leucistic Magpie Goose, and I thought when this flock came flying in that one of them looked a little bit different, so waited for them to land, and then as soon as they landed, I could see the very different coloured neck on this guy, and I was just so thrilled. What an awesome looking bird. That neck is like patchwork of different colours. It's awesome. Now, I know there is another variation for the Leucistics. I'm not sure if there's more than 2, but I know that there's definitely sort of a lighter brown coloured one, but this looks amazing. And I'm so happy I ended up getting it. I love my trophy birds in this game. If you've watched, you know, any of my videos, you'll know small game, trophy birds, stuff like that. I love going after them. So getting this guy was really cool as sort of an extra bonus when I ended up on an Emerald Coast server, because there wasn't really many Revontuli or Sundar Patan servers open at the time, so jumped in here, put down some decoys, and ended up with this incredible looking bird. Such an awesome trophy, and obviously going straight to the lodge. Now, moving back to Revontuli Coast, we're going to be jumping around a little bit in this video between maps, and we actually have a level 3 albino female brown bear, which I managed to absolutely drop there while she was sitting, which is something I don't think I've done before because I wasn't expecting that particular animation. And it turns out that I managed to get double lung heart at that angle, which I'm pretty happy with. Was just going for the lungs, but actually clipping the heart there made for an extra cool sort of reaction to the shot, so that was awesome. And of course, being an albino, that's just so cool. The albino fur for the brown bears definitely seems to be the hardest of the rare furs to get, because they do have albino and melanistic as rare variations, and I definitely have seen more melanistics than albinos for these guys, and I was super happy when I saw that. Such a cool looking bear. Now moving over to Sundar Patan, and we have a very good size level 7 sand fur type Tibetan fox. Now this is really cool. I have had a couple of sand fur type Tibetan fox at this point, and this is by far the nicest of all of them that I've had. I actually did find a level 7 once before, but unfortunately it never ended up in a video because it kind of bugged and was walking under the water, and I tried to get a shot at it, the shot just didn't land well, and yeah, the fox basically never got taxed because it was messed up, which was really unfortunate. So this guy was definitely a redemption, and such a cool looking animal. They are almost like a variation of Leucistic. They remind me a lot of the Leucistic grey fox, and they just look awesome. So I was so happy to get that massive upgrade for the trophy lodge there. Sticking with Sundarpatan, and once again I was hunting Barasingha and found something completely different. This time an albino female water buffalo, and it's so cool seeing these guys now. Like, they look so much better than they ever used to. Since they got their rework with Sundarpatan, these are a much cooler looking rare. They don't look so plasticky as they used to. They actually have like hair detail and detail on the nose and on the skin. They are awesome, and of course they've got blue eyes as well, which, you know, technically an albino should have red eyes, not blue eyes, but it looks amazing. It's a beautiful rare, and I enjoy hunting the water buffalo a lot more now than I ever used to, because they look so much better, and I kind of forget it every time. And then I'm so surprised whenever I find a cool looking, you know, just a cool looking normal water buffalo with like really wonky horns or something, or of course a rare like this, and I get reminded of the fact that they have had this huge glow up with this rework, and they just look so much cooler now than they ever did. I mean, they're almost like a whole new species in my mind, because they look so different to how they used to. It is night and day how different they look. I mean, even the horns on this female look so much better compared to how they used to look. The realism aspect has been upped so much, and it makes me get a lot more joy out of hunting them than I ever used to, because things like this feel so much more cool. And actually, on the same server, I carried on running down the river a little bit, and ended up spotting this, a level 5 orange fur type water buffalo, which, if you didn't know, is actually a rare. The water buffalo have 2 rare fur types, that is all, and it is albino and orange. Now, orange can be a lot harder to spot because it's basically just an orange underbelly and some orange colour flecks across the body, and then you have some sort of lighter patches on the face as well. They just look a little bit different. So if you're out hunting water buffalo and you see one that has, I would say, the most noticeable feature as that orange underbelly, that is actually a rare. And I have actually seen a couple of people post diamond orange water buffalo without any idea that these guys are a rare, because originally they never were a rare when water buffalo came out in this game. Orange was just a variation, then it became a rare, and then obviously they got the rework, and now it looks completely different to how it used to before. But this is actually a rare. I do wish they were a bit more orange and had some more orange fur detail on them, but still a very cool looking animal. Now, something else I have been working on whilst hunting Sundarpatan is actually now trying to get an albino blackbuck, which is a new rare that was added with Sundarpatan. They added 2 new fur types for the blackbuck as rares, those being piebald and albino. Now, we've seen quite a few piebalds in a few of the different videos I've done, but albino blackbuck seem to be really rare. And when I first spotted this leucistic female, I really hoped it was actually going to be an albino, but it is a leucistic, and these guys look really beautiful since their rework, so still a very cool animal to find. And whilst I was hunting blackbuck, again looking for an albino, I found kind of the opposite. I found a max weight estimate level 4 melanistic, which is so cool. Because, again, these were a species that got reworked with Sundarpatan. They had the 2 new rares added, and the old furs and everything were just completely redone. They look amazing. And this was the first big rare I have had since they got that rework. And the rares for these guys genuinely seem quite rare now. The piebalds seem to be the most common rare for them, but things like leucistic, melanistic, and like I said, the albinos especially, seem to be a lot more rare. And getting this guy was so cool. I mean, what an awesome trophy to end up finding. This guy is definitely going to have a permanent place in the trophy lodge. And finally, for the last 2 clips of this video, we have 2 of my favourite trophies I have gotten recently, and they are both woolly hare. This guy is an albino woolly hare. I found his track whilst I was actually hunting things like yak and Tibetan fox and snow leopards up here in the mountains, and picked up disturbed veg that said albino and opened the map and it said it was from a male woolly hare. Took me ages to actually finally get this guy, but he is amazing. Thankfully, I found a zone for him and was able to set the time for that zone because he just stopped leaving tracks at one point, and I was so grateful. I managed to end up getting him. What an amazing rare. And the rare woolly hare do seem to be very, very rare, so this was such a cool find. But not only that, a few days ago, I was hunting Barasingha once again, and picking up all the disturbed veg as I was going along, and I picked up the disturbed veg for a white woolly hare, which is the only other rare they have. They have 2 rares, albino and white, and I have managed to get both of them in a very short space of time. Like, between getting the albino and getting this white was not very long. So this has been really, really awesome. I am so thrilled. And this white one actually ends up being a gold at 2.73. So we had a silver albino and a gold white for the rare woolly hares, which is amazing. That is amazing. I'm so over the moon about this. I really am. I have been hoping that I would get, you know, maybe 1 rare woolly hare. And I've been picking up all the disturbed veg. Every time I see a group of woolly hare, I'm there checking through them, making sure I don't miss one of these white fur type ones, because, you know, there's the light grey fur type that in the sunlight can look very similar. But when I actually picked up the disturbed veg for this, I was so excited. I am beyond thrilled. I have now had a diamond woolly hare, which unfortunately I didn't record because it was a level 2. And now both rares, which is absolutely amazing. I'd like to get another diamond just so that I can actually, you know, record it. Hopefully it'll be a level 3 and I'll actually know that it's gonna, you know, potentially be a diamond and hit record, and not just a level 2 that I didn't expect to make it. But this has been awesome. I have had some really, really good luck with some of the trophies in this video. And these 2 woolly hares, I think, are really up there with my favourites, as well as that melanistic blackbuck. It has been really, really cool. And that Leucistic Magpie Goose. I mean, there's been so many cool, rare trophies lately. I am absolutely stoked. But, you know, I love small game because these trophies are so elusive and you don't see them posted a lot. So getting these 2 rare woolly hare was absolutely epic. But that is going to be it for this video, so thank you so much for watching and for all your support as always. We've got a lot to look forward to very, very soon in Call of the Wild, so I wanted to get out all of these clips of all of these different trophies before all of that madness starts happening. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.